Josef Mengele was a Nazi doctor at Auschwitz extermination camp. He took countless lives through his inhumane medical experiments. However, people around him described him as the following: "I don't believe he could have done such things. I'm certain of it. He was humane and humble. He was a cultured man. I thought he was a great person. I still think so today." Such evaluations confuse us. So what was his true nature? How about you? Do you consider yourself a good person? According to a survey, over 90% of people think of themselves as good moral people. Do you agree with that? Philip Zimbardo, an American psychologist and professor who devised the Stanford Prison Experiment, discussed why ordinary people can engage in monstrous behavior. He emphasized the power of the situation over personal character. This means that even good people can act like demons under certain conditions. Are you aware of the events of Abu Ghraib? The US military committed horrific acts of torture there, and several individuals, including Ivan Chip Frederick, were sent to prison. But was Ivan Chip Frederick originally an evil person? No, he was described as a diligent and ordinary man. When the torture scandal was revealed and the interrogations took place, he said, "I was just following orders from above." This is the same excuse used by war criminals in Nazi Germany. Adolf Eichmann, who played a significant role in the Holocaust, also claimed he was merely following Hitler's orders. I'm not here to defend these people. They undoubtedly committed terrible acts, leaving horrific scars on their victims. However, I want to highlight the fact that ordinary people like us could also end up in such situations. Think about the Milgram experiment. Even though the participants came to help, they were unknowingly inflicting real pain on others. Even when the other participants begged them to stop, they increased the intensity of the electric shocks. They asked, "Is it okay to continue?" But with just the simple response from the researcher, "It's fine, please continue," they carried on. Philip Zimbardo pointed to obedience to authority as the cause. Authority can be a person, an institution, or even a set of rules, and it can turn even kind and warm-hearted people into cruel ones. The phrase, "I was just following orders," may seem cowardly and irresponsible, but it effectively captures an instinctual part of human nature. It becomes even more potent when those actions are perceived as being in the name of justice. There's a similar scene in the Harry Potter movies.
"You must obey every command I give you without question. Should I tell you to hide, you hide. Should I tell you to run, you run."
Harry must undergo a specific trial to destroy the evil soul of Voldemort. He must drink a painful potion, and Professor Dumbledore instructs Harry to force him to continue drinking, even if he begs to stop.
Professor!
Dumbledore suffers greatly, crying and pleading, but Harry makes him drink it all. Why? Because that's the only way to bring peace to the world. Harry could have stopped. "Professor, let's stop, let's find another way," but who could really say that? It wouldn't have been easy at all. Resisting authority is an incredibly difficult thing to do. Here's a bit of a spoiler. Turns out to be a trap and they gain nothing from the ordeal. Dumbledore ends up severely weakened. But we still have a choice. In the Milgram experiment, some participants chose to stop the experiment. Even when the researchers assured them that they would take responsibility, these individuals recognized their own actions and felt accountable for them. These moments of choice subtly appear in schools, workplaces, and other communities. This is how we've always done it. Everyone else is doing it. Just do what I tell you. When it's unclear whether an action is truly right, it's important to have the mindset of taking full responsibility for one's actions. There have been such heroic individuals, and there will continue to be people like them. That spirit is likely already inside you. Hans Muck was a Nazi doctor at Auschwitz extermination camp. He was in the same position as Josef Mengele. However, he was completely different. He released prisoners and Jews who were sent there for medical experiments. After the war, he was the only person from Auschwitz who was acquitted. This is probably the heroic act that Philip Zimbardo mentioned.